On a rainy evening, Adele returned home after a month-long vacation abroad. She lived alone and her mother had been watching her cats. The girl walked into the house, turned on the lights, and looked around. After that, she immediately called the police. Why? Look, there are wet footprints in the corridor. They're wet, so it means they're still fresh, and they don't belong to Adele because she just walked in. There's someone in her house. Keep your brain working because here's another one. Mrs. Carpenter has 3 daughters, Ava, Jane, and Mia. Ava is now twice as old as Jane will be when Mia turns as old as Ava is now. Who is the oldest daughter and who is the youngest? Let's rephrase it. Sometime in the future, Mia will be as old as Ava is now, and Jane will be half that age. So, obviously, Ava is the oldest and Jane is the youngest. Mrs. Brown is a landlady of an apartment building with a no-pet policy. Not even fish are allowed. One night, she heard a cat meowing. The sound was coming from the floor above. The next day, she inspected 2 apartments. In which apartment does the cat live? Look, there's a cat's house in the corner of this apartment. The cat must live there. Esme was having a walk in the forest and got lost. After wandering around for a while, she found a witch's house and asked her to take her home. The witch was busy with potions, but she agreed to help Esme if the girl helped her first. There were 4 ingredients which needed for the potion: a few bugs, a secret herb, some magic powder, and dried mushrooms. The witch didn't remember in what order she needed to add the ingredients, but she remembered this. What's the correct order? There are 4 ingredients. If the powder is added before at least 2 of them, it means that it's added either the first or second. But since mushrooms should go before the powder, then they're added first, followed by the magic powder. Then there should be the bugs, and the secret herb comes last. Now, I have a very special mission for you. There's a robber who steals famous paintings from galleries across the globe. The police all over the world have been looking for the paintings, which the robber hides in different places. The police have managed to find the first secret place. Each painting is stored in a chest with its replica generated by AI. You can only take out one painting, and after you take it out, the chest will blow up together with the remaining painting. So, you have to choose carefully and recognize the original work of art at first glance. Here's the first chest. It stores The Scream by Edvard Munch, and it's a replica. Which one is the original? This is the original. Now it's The Starry Night by Vincent van Gogh. Can you recognize the original? It's this one. Did you get it right? In the next chest, you'll find the famous Mona Lisa, painted by Leonardo da Vinci. You will probably recognize this one easily, but the replica is very realistic, so keep your eyes wide open. Yes, this is the one and only Mona Lisa. It goes back to the Louvre now. In the fourth chest, there's another famous artwork by Vincent van Gogh, Cafe Terrace at Night. Can you spot the original one? Here's the original. Have you saved the correct one? And now it's time for the last painting in the discovered batch. It's The Old Fisherman, a painting by a Hungarian artist. Which painting should we save? This is the one. Congratulations, and thank you for your help. We'll let you know if other paintings are found. A detective went on vacation to Spain, but at night, someone broke into his neighbor's hotel room and stole all her valuables. In the morning, the detective analyzed the camera footage and came up with 3 suspects. They all agreed to answer some questions. Jack said, "I arrived late in the evening, and I was sleeping the whole night." Allison said, "I went out at night. I came to my room only a couple of hours ago." Robert said, "I don't know this woman. I didn't rob her." Who should the detective arrest? Arrest Jack. He said he arrived late in the evening. But then, when did he get sunburned? There's no sun in the evening. He must have spent more time in the hotel than he claimed. Eliza went for a walk in a dark forest, and she found an old mansion. Of course, she went there to see what was inside. As soon as she entered, the door behind her back got locked. It was a magic house. There were 3 exits, but each of them seemed dangerous. Behind the first door, there was a laser with a motion sensor. Behind the second door, the floor was made of lava that burned anything that touched it. Behind the third door, there was a huge herbivore dinosaur. Which way should Eliza choose to get out safely? Eliza should pick the last entrance. Firstly, dinos are extinct, but even if there actually was one, a herbivore dino would only eat plants. It wouldn't be interested in a human. Hannah was chillin' at home, drinking tea and reading, when she heard a knock on the door. She opened the door, and there was a stranger there. "Oh, sorry, I must have confused the floors. I've just moved in. Sorry for disturbing you." When the guy left, Hannah called the police because she didn't believe it was just a mistake. Why was he so suspicious? The problem was that the guy knocked. If he had really thought it was his apartment, he'd have tried to open the door with his keys. Good news. Police have discovered another batch of stolen paintings. Just like the previous one, they are stored in chests. Each has a replica, and only one can be saved. Are you ready to save some art? Here's the first one. American Gothic, painted by Grant Wood. Where is the original one? Here it is. Did you recognize it? Okay, the second chest. And that's Girl with a Pearl Earring by Johannes Vermeer. Can you spot the original girl? Here she is. We all know the next one, The Persistence of Memory by Salvador Dali. It was stolen from the Museum of Modern Art in New York, and we have to return it. But which one? This is a replica, and this is the original. Did you save the right one? Just 2 more left, so stay alert. In the 4th chest, we have The Kiss by Gustav Klimt. As always, you should decide which of the 2 is the original. So, what's your call? Of course, this is the one. And it's time to save the last painting, The Mysterious Black Square by Kazimir Malevich. Can you find the original one? It wasn't easy, but this is the one you need. Thank you for your help. The paintings all go back to where they were stolen from. Nikki participated in a game show, and she won. She won 3 exclusive gifts: a Montclair jacket, a Vivienne Westwood purse, and a Ferrari. But here's a catch. She is to pick her presents herself by choosing between the original and a replica. Will you help her pick the correct prize? Here are 2 Montclair jackets. One of them is the original, and the other is a replica. Which one should Nikki choose? This one. It has the correct logo, so it must be the original. Next, 2 identical purses, but only one of them is the original one from Vivienne Westwood. Which one? This one, with the correct logo. And finally, a Ferrari. Let's see if you remember their logo. Yes, this is the one! Great job!
That's it for today. So hey, if you pacified your curiosity, then give the video a like and share it with your friends. Or if you want more, just click on these videos and stay on the bright side.
Look at these 2 people. Can you guess which one of them is just dressed up and is not a woman in reality? It's this one here, the one in the pink dress. Look closer. She's blonde, but has dark hair on her arms. Also, you can see some naturally dark hair slipping under the wig. Okay, let's try to find some more imposters. There are 2 pregnant women. Can you tell which one isn't really pregnant? It must be this one. She has a big belly, but her choice of high heels is very questionable. Look at these 2. One of them is a mummy that escaped from ancient Egypt. Don't ask me how, it doesn't really matter. Just find the mummy. What's your choice? It's this one. Look at the ankle. There's a piece of bandage slipping out of the pants. Dira came to a hospital for an x-ray. 2 doctors are ready to accept her, but one of them isn't a real doctor. Take a close look at them. Who's not a real doctor here? It's this man here. See? He looks nothing like the person in the photo on his badge. He must have stolen the uniform. Mrs. Cook left for a business trip, and 3 of her daughters stayed at home by themselves. When Mrs. Cook returned the next day, she found her car crashed. Obviously, one of her daughters had taken it and had crashed it by accident, but none of the 3 took the blame. Sage said that she hadn't left the house. Leora said that her friend had picked her up for school that day. Amaya said that she had taken the bus. Who crashed the car? Look inside the car. There's a purse. If you were attentive, you could have noticed that the day Mrs. Cook left, Amaya had this purse. So, it was her who had crashed the car. Naya woke up on a Saturday morning after a long and hard week. She was very hungry, so she decided to make herself breakfast. Naya had a dozen eggs. She broke 3 eggs, fried 3, and ate 3. How many eggs are left? There are 9 eggs left. Naya broke, fried, and ate the exact same 3 eggs. Esme was walking through the forest and got lost. After hours of wandering around, she found a witch's house. She walked in, pet a cat, and asked the witch to take her home. The witch was making a new potion and asked Esme to give her a plant from the shelf. Esme walked there, but there were 5 of them. Which one? She asked.
Not the one right in the middle, and not the smallest one. Also, don't take the one that's next to the pink flower.
So, which one does she need? That's the one on the very left then, or the pink flower itself. But in that case, wouldn't the witch just say so? Probably. She seems satisfied, so Esma is going back home this time. Mova was in a local park and noticed a purse. Someone must have forgotten it, so she took it to Lost and Found. They accepted it and said they would give it back to the owner. At the end of the day, 3 women came in and demanded the purse back, each stating that the purse belonged to them. Take a look inside the purse and decide to whom it really belongs. Look, there's lipstick in the purse. There's just one woman who's wearing lipstick of the same color, and it's this one. So the purse must belong to her. Let's stick around in Lost and Found for a while. There are more things to give back to their owners, like this wallet, for example. There are 3 people claiming that it belongs to them, but which one is the real owner? Look, there's an ID card. It has a photo of this guy, so it must be his wallet. There's a backpack, and 3 people are demanding it. You can take a look inside. Who do you think the backpack belongs to? There's a jacket that matches this girl's trainers perfectly. It must belong to her. Can you pick the owner of this purse out of these 3 people? Look, there's a charm on the purse that says Ella. This girl in the middle has a necklace with a pendant saying Ella too. It must be her purse. Yvonne and Liana are exploring a forest right outside their town and find an abandoned hotel. Of course, they walk in to look around. When they walk into one of the rooms, a cage falls and traps them inside. There are 3 potions. Each of them will only last 10 minutes. If they drink the purple one, they will turn into the first animal they can see. If they drink the blue one, they'll be able to fly. If they drink the orange one, they'll switch bodies with each other. Which potion should they drink? Look, there's a little mouse in the room. If they drink the purple potion, they can turn into a mouse and will be small enough to escape through the cage. What they do afterward is another matter. Inez was studying in a boarding school. She often stayed in the library till late because, well, she didn't want to spend time with her roommates. One day, she found a dungeon. Of course, she walked in to see what was there. She found a pile of old books and a journal filled with weird symbols. Can you help her decode the name of the person this journal belongs to? For each letter, there's a unique border and dot combination. To decode, Inez just has to find the respective letter. If she does it right, she should get the name Marion. A group of friends were partying on a Friday night in a neighborhood. The next morning, Mr. Johnson came to his little shop and found that the glass door was broken. Nothing was stolen, but he reported to the police because he wanted the glass replaced. The police found fingerprints of 3 people on the bottle: Nova, Ayla, and Eamon. Which of the friends threw the bottle into the glass door? It was Eamon. His fingerprints are upside down and are located on the bottle's neck. This means that he wasn't holding the bottle to drink, but upside down to throw it. A group of cyborgs arrived on Earth to study humans' behavior. The police found out about it and got concerned. They want to track every cyborg and interrogate them. Let's help them find a couple of cyborgs in disguise. Look at these 2 people here. One of them isn't a human. But which one? It's this guy with a tail. He wasn't careful enough to dress up properly. Here's another pair. They both seem pretty usual, but one of these women is a cyborg. Can you spot her? It must be this one. Her eye color is orange, which is not humanly possible. Look, there are two suspicious people in the grocery store. Oh no, there's just one cyborg. Which one? It's this one, the one with the cyborg's leg. Oops, he forgot to cover it up. Then the police moved on to different houses. One officer took a look at these two houses today. In which house does a cyborg live? Look, there's gasoline on the kitchen counters. It's definitely a cyborg's place of residence. You're doing great. Now, look at these two bathrooms. Can you spot anything suspicious and find the bathroom that doesn't belong to a real human? Look, there's a wrench instead of a toothbrush. I bet that's the one. A young actress, Chanel, was staying at a hotel in Miami. Suddenly, she screamed! Detective Callum was drinking a cocktail right by her balcony, so he walked in and asked her what had happened. The girl looked scared. "A man dressed in black just broke into my room. I heard some scratches in the keyhole, and then he opened it and grabbed my hand. I screamed, and he ran away." Detective Callum didn't believe her. Why? The door of the room opens inwards, and it's loaded with boxes now. If someone had opened it and walked in, the boxes would have been pushed out of the way. Luna wanted to go to the party her classmate was throwing, but her mother didn't let her go. Still, she felt bad, so she said, "If you need to get out of your room for a while, you can go visit your grandparents at their geese farm for the weekend." Luna agreed. But she decided to trick her mom. Instead of going to her grandparents, Luna went to the party. When she got home, her mother asked her how the weekend had been. Luna replied that she had a great time, spent a lot of time in the garden, and was responsible for feeding the chickens every day. Her mom knew that she was lying. How? It wasn't a chicken farm, but a geese farm. If Luna had really been at the farm, she wouldn't have confused them.